Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and radio show infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, but now available on thebeastradio.com. Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Yes, sir.
Mark safe, you bum ass.
Had a scare. I'm here though.
Straight like that.
What up, Suave? What's happening?
Man, I'm out here holding it together, trying to hold it in the road. One hand on the wheel, other hand on my mobile device, looking for another episode of Broken Pencil Logic. And lo and behold,
And
Lord is see fit to bless us.
And the left shoulder piece of your seat is leaned back at such an awkward angle that makes it look like you know your seat right is comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Look, they don't put these automatic buttons in here to adjust my seat for nothing. I'm going to put my seat where I want it, and I'm gonna lock it in its upright position.
The leather takes care of itself. You have to understand that the effervescence of the heated seats and the importance,
boy, them heated seats, buddy,
and the importance of that, even in the summertime after a nice, either massage or a cardio workout. It just, there's something to soothe the muscles.
They cradle you in such a way that you feel benevolent and blessed about your decision to purchase this vehicle.
There are four words that can surmise this entire diatribe of waxing poetic of leather heated seats. You don't have this.
You don't have this. The alignment is aligned. The suspension is suspended. The radio is radioing and all that cool shit. My Bluetooth is Bluetoothing.
The windows is windowing. The windshield is windshielding.
It's all power. It's all automatic. I hit him with nothing but power.
Right on, man. Yo,
Piper, you hit him with a roll of quarters. I hit him with nothing. I hit him with nothing but power. Boy, Roddy Piper is really underappreciated. For as much as people hold him in high regard when they start talking about promos, he's still underappreciated as just a all-around douchebag of a heel.
1978 to 1985, Piper was that of a cult leader.
Why can't we get that type of heel performance now?
Because we don't have people who go back and watch the tapes of the territories.
How long has it been since somebody been hit with a roll of quarters?
Oh man.
Now that we're saying this shit's gonna happen in AEW in probably the next 2-3 weeks. Somebody on Dark's gonna get slept with a roll of quarters, or Rampage or Dynamite. Watch.
The roll of quarters was that was always to me that was worse than brass knuckles, because brass knuckles always had tape around them.
Because always. There were actually no brass knuckles. It's just tape.
It was a piece of that here's that too. Someone got really bored and let me put some tape around my hand, make it real thick. They wasted 2-3 rolls of tape to make a pad and called it brass knuckles.
A piece of fucking newspaper wrapped up in tape till it looks like a fucking I don't even know what to say it looks like.
Or as they said in the Captain Planet TBS era, the international object.
No, I'm never recognizing that shit. Nah, go straight to hell. I'm sorry. It's a foreign object. Kiss my ass. It's foreign to the combat sport that we're in right now. It's foreign because it's not allowed and it's illegal. It's a foreign object.
Now, to be very clear, people can be from the Orient, but people are not Oriental.
That's some shit from Sanford and Son.
well,
which I'm currently binge watching to just enjoy myself. But yes, Oriental descent is not a thing.
Yeah. However, However, a foreign object just means
that'll
that
get you canned.
That just means that it is not from the environment. Leave shit alone. 1995.
It is not naturally of that environment. So miss me with that international object bullshit. That's the beginning of like pandering for political correctness. Knowing damn well you don't fuck with them people either.
How is it that we clamor for political correctness now when because the cancel culture is so bad? We thought political correctness was bad. Cancel culture makes political correctness look like a fucking martyr.
It's just I'm not gonna get into that diatribe right now. We're doing something else. Yeah, I'm not gonna start an episode of Canceled on here. Just like, we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, there's a lot of things I feel about the whole political correctness as one. That's one thing, and then cancel culture. Yeah, it's just
So check this out.
Yeah.
In all of our travels and music and wrestling and what have you going on and goings on and during this pandemic,
being outside in a real way,
I've been binge watching just different random shit. And I've gotten
to that point too. I think we've run out of movies that we haven't seen. So we start backtracking and pulling up classics.
Yeah, I started going back to movies that I just said, fuck. Like, no, I'm not. I have no reason to do so. And in my travels, I end up on the DC hub HBO Max. And what I saw were the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker, the spinoff from Suicide Squad.
2.
Well, there's Suicide Squad, and then there's the Suicide Squad. That's how lazy they went with that one.
That's fucking weak.
Which I watched both of those too. Great, and those are actually great movies.
You could have called it Suicide Squad Part D. I don't give a damn what you do. Just don't make that small of a change to the title, knowing this is a fucking sequel.
I'll do you one better. Let me harken back to music real quick. This is what they should have did. Back
you could have said more Suicide Squad and I'd have been happy. I'd have been fine with that.
On the very first Naughty by Nature album, they had a song on there called Ghetto Bastard.
Jeez.
You don't know the song by that title.
What do you know it by?
You know that song called now as being known as Everything's Gonna Be Alright.
Ah, yes.
But
it's a little difficult to take that to radio. Ghetto Bastard.
Well, that's what happened when they decided to make it a single. They had to change the name of it, and they even changed the name of it on certain on the future pressings of the album and the CD and the cassette. So if you go back and find the original long box CD, the CD jacket and the album jacket, like the original says Ghetto Bastard, but going forward it says Everything's Gonna Be Alright. That's what they should have did. Like Birds of Prey should have just been called Harley Quinn. They shouldn't have had Harley Quinn in the title and some long ass secondary title. That shit should have just been called Harley Quinn.
Look, let's not get into a situation where we're looking for DC to give you the same quality and thought put into some of these things as like Marvel.
They're trying. They're trying.
Two totally different universes.
Oh, but they're trying hard. You can tell they're trying hard.
I don't need them to do that. I need them to make movies like the Dark Knight series and Joker and Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey. I need you to. That's your lane. That's where your movies are like good and great. I do not need you attempting to replicate the CGI that we see in Marvel movies.
Yeah,
two totally different levels of operation. Like the shit you did in Aquaman and Justice League, I don't need any of that.
Yeah, I don't need
any of that shit.
There was some of the gore in the Suicide Squad 2, that I could have done without. But coming out of that though,
what gore fucked you off in the movie?
I mean, it wasn't like it was just bad. It was just unnecessary, almost like that of a Quentin Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez, where you see shit splattering every damn where. Like What?
I mean, well, they spared you when Harley Quinn. Every time Harley Quinn get to shooting, it's like they spare you, and it's like either she's shooting flowers out of a gun or fucking colored powder. They don't show you all the.
That's
blood
because
splatter.
Zack Snyder allegedly is on powder. That's what that is. That's some acid trip shit.
Well, I mean, didn't it help? I liked it.
so did the princess in the house.
Look, all I'm saying is it worked.
So that said, watching Peacemaker, I'm instantly reminded of Homelander by the colors of his uniform. And for those who don't know who Homelander is at this point, you need to watch The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Or actually get an Amazon Prime subscription.
That's your own.
I ain't got now. Not no more. I'm trying to shake that devil.
But I will tell you this. Yeah, there's a devil that needs to be shaken hard. Pause. At the toilet. I've never heard John Cena drop gratuitous F-bombs in succession.
You need to go watch the movie on Hulu with Lil Rel. Vacation Buddies, Vacation Friends?
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh my God! Please hurry up.
All right, I'm gonna get on. That's on my today list. But yeah, just what I think the show is very entertaining. I'm watching it. Like I'm watching it intently. But like it's just, and I'm not trying to be a stickler for language as evidenced on the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pros and Podcast and Radio Show Infused with Hip Hop. We don't give a shit.
I mean, we've gone back and forth. I think there was a string of episodes we tried not to curse because we thought it might make a difference. Realized wasn't making any sort of an impact on the snowball that is BPBC. So we back out here with a whole lot of fucking gang shit
because we get triggered easily, and when that happens, well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
fucking gang shit.
Because we're both radio professionals, like we do have the ability to go, 100% clean. But if it's not making a difference on the bottom line, the fuck foe.
I mean, let's just change that bottom line gets distributed. That's all we got to do, But anyway,
so if you want to cut a check, then we'll do it.
No time like the present for this one. I mean.
For a nominal fee,
soon to be
a phenomenal fee, we will slice off some of this broken pencil knowledge, the radio version, and put it on your plate.
Edit it for her pleasure. What were your takes on Suicide Squad on Peacemaker?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of those things I'll probably in the next.
Well, yeah, because you usually wait about 5-6 episodes in before you actually digest something that's new.
Right, because I know with most shows you need at least 3 episodes before you can judge how good it is or isn't.
Yeah.
Just because there are things that are going to be set up in the first episode that you don't quite understand or know why. You're still meeting new characters. You're still getting a feel for the story. So, okay, like Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
So when I first got on Righteous Gemstones, the first season was already complete.
Yep.
So once we started watching, it was fucking hilarious because when Danny McBride and John Goodman and Walter Goggins are involved, I already know this is gonna be lit.
It's comedy gold, yeah.
Yeah, Walter Goggins. I haven't seen him play a role where I didn't like the movie. Seriously, like whether it's the Hateful Eight, whether it's Jenga, I haven't seen him do a bullshit performance yet. So if there was one exists, I haven't seen it. But the whole season was there for me to binge watch. So it wasn't like I got one episode, didn't really know how I felt about it, and never went back. Because what's the other DC series that's on there?
Doom, was it Doom Patrol?
Yes, Doom Patrol. I tried to start that. It never connected.
The first episode, I fell asleep probably the last 5 to 10 minutes of the first episode. That's not good.
And here's the test for me, because I actually use my smartphone to do smart shit. So there's never really a time where I'm not working or working on something.
Even if it's being a smart ass, like this morning. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
All of the above. All of the above. So if the show at any point makes me put my phone down, I know I have something going. Righteous Gemstones did that. Doom Patrol did not. So we because there's those times on the weekend you'll just binge watch, and before you know it, 6 episodes have passed. Never caught my attention. So I'm like, fuck, maybe it's not. Maybe I'll give it another shot later, but this ain't working for me right now. And usually when that happens, I probably don't go back unless I'm just desperate for content, which that ain't never necessarily the case. So with Peacemaker, I may let this get to 5 or 6 episodes. I already have faith just because I know Cena doesn't take himself too seriously in real life or in this situation, where he's playing this character. I've seen the character. I know what he's about. So it's just going to be cool to see what situations they put him in. This isn't like they're dropping the show and Suicide Squad 2 never happened and you have to learn Peacemaker with absolutely no prerequisite. Like, there's already the entry level course, which is Suicide Squad 2. So you're going in with some background knowledge. And then you just gauge the solo performance, which I feel like Cena will do well at. Now, speaking of Cena, because I don't think we brought this up, Cena did the Jimmy Fallon show not that long ago, right?
Okay.
Jimmy Fallon asked him about the origin of You Can't See Me. Now, I don't know how many people didn't really know the answer to this, but to Cena's credit, he was very forthcoming about where it came from.
I hope not cocaine.
No.
No, I'm talking about the singer, not that.
Not that either. Not cocaine or cocaine. I'm only familiar with indulging in one, and that's the singer.
Okay, there we go.
So, but it's neither one of those. So he says during the recording of the what was the title of the first album? Was it You Can't See Me or was it something else?
I believe it was You Can't See Me. Let me find out here real quick. The one with Trademark.
Yeah. So he says there's a cousin, which it might actually be Trademark. But
it was called You Can't See Me.
Okay. So during the recording of this album, they would play different songs, and he had a cousin or a brother or cousin that would come to the studio and listen to songs and be like heavily critical, so you knew you were getting a real life response. And when the song that we all know and love, right, once that one gets dropped, he comes to the studio and kind of does the dance a little bit, and Cena's like, what the fuck is that? And he basically tells him this is like a Tony Yayo dance, which Tony Yayo is the originator of that dance.
Okay.
So, basically, same thing as like the People's Elbow. It started as a joke, and Cena was like, "I'll do it in the ring," and his cousin's like, "I bet you won't," and he did it, but he decided to put a spin on it where Yayo would hold his hand. His hand would be stationary, and then he would just move his body and move his head around his hand. Cena decided he wanted it to be bigger and brighter because, people are sitting in the stands looking down. You need something that has more motion to it.
Right.
So he would wave his hand in front of his face. But during this interview, he essentially credits the Tony Yayo of G-Unit for the creation of You Can't See Me.
Wow.
So yet another time Cena has benefited from a hip-hop participant.
Oh man. Wow. Go ahead, Vulture. Go ahead, take all that.
Look, he good with me because I'm glad he admitted it. I was just like who the fuck didn't know this?
I mean, he good with me too. I mean, he put Bumpy Knuckles on the album, so
because I'm trying to remember which G-Unit song it was. Damn it! Oh, I Know You Don't Love Me. That one.
Oh, the song the dance he did in that video for that.
Yes. For the G-Unit song, I Know You Don't Love Me.
Oh man.
Where they walking through the hotel and doing all the other shit. Yeah.
Try to run game up.
I know
you pump it.
Yeah.
You don't
I know how you act when I know how you act when you're in town. I know you don't love me. Yes, that's the song. That's the song it comes from. And I'm like, who didn't know this?
Oh,
But
man.
I mean, I can't take for granted that everybody else is indoctrinated in hip hop and wrestling like that. But yeah, shout out to Tony Yayo for contributing to the wrestling culture and hip hop culture.
That's been your Suave Burgundy wrestling history moment right there as well.
You know what I'm saying? Just a cool little anecdote.
Yo, speaking of all the shit we were talking about earlier, fuck bombs or whatever, AEW goes to TBS last week for the first time, right?
Right. Shout out to my DVR for automatically going over and recording on TBS. I ain't had to do shit.
Oh shit, mine didn't, bastards. Word. I had to manually adjust that shit.
Word life.
Man, that's the instrumental we need to have played on this show. If it wasn't for the gratuitous scratching, but the bass in that bitch is crazy. But anyway, with today being Thursday, January 20th, yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I said, yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
2022.
Hey, man.
Last night's episode of AEW Dynamite kicks off with a returning Jon Moxley, who looks phenomenal, by the way, in his return from rehab.
Yeah, he's dropped some weight. He looks slimmer.
He looks healthy. He just period.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Just overall, he looks healthy. And I saw a comparison picture from like November to now, and I'm like,
yeah, that's the one that fucked me up. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you knew so, because I mean, I thought it was a gimmick the whole time. I never knew it was.
I just figured it was baby weight. I was like, okay, he eating pancakes at 4 a.m. Like, for real, like, okay, I was like, okay, this is baby weight. This is late night up, you know, giving Renee as many breaks as whatever, and they're both doing the co-parent job.
Well, since some of us, let me go ahead and ingest these useless calories. You know, hey, this
yeah, like, hey, let me, fuck it. I feel like comfort food, especially when you've been up thugging all night. It's like, man, I'm not trying to eat broccoli right now.
This pearl milling syrup looks really good right now.
You feel me? Like, I brought a couple bottles of syrup home from Cracker Barrel. I'm finna fuck around.
You outside with the maple.
Yeah, going just know when these dogs in your yard, I'm upstairs going hard. Bing bong. Straight like that. He done made a plate of pancakes, bacon, and chicken tenders at 3:30 in the morning.
3:37 a.m. West Coast time.
Cracker Barrel syrup and powdered sugar on everything.
Everything. Oh,
everything. Washing that bitch down with almond milk, thinking that makes a difference.
And Jon Moxley's first words, his first words on the microphone were, quote, "Fuck that guy, get his ass out of here, piece of shit." On live TV.
Exactly, it's live. You can't stop it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Find me? I'm the highest rated show on your network.
Now, in
2 weeks.
For context, you had one, maybe two people booing loud, like the same way Bully Ray throws two fingers in the air and gives his one-man gang homage to Moo.
I thought that was for Stan Hansen, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure Bully's was for Stan Hansen, but like even one-man gang with
yes.
Moon, because he had Moon on the back of his tight, well, on the side of his tights. But anyway, some jack off in the crowd decides to boo while everybody's cheering this man's return. I mean, loud. And Moxley heard it the first time, and then he doubles back around, and here's the second time. The guy says, "Enough of this crap. Get this piece of crap out of this ring." And that was the fuck this guy was Moxley's reply to that. Good, as it should have been.
Good. I don't necessarily know if you got to throw somebody out. Okay, if you're ever online and you delve into other professional sports and how things are handled, like anytime LeBron gets somebody escorted out, it's all the Marins come out in the comments. Mm-hmm. So would people have had the same reaction if Jon Moxley got somebody thrown out because of heckling?
Not in pro wrestling.
I know the answer. I absolutely know the answer.
Yeah, and pro sports, yes. In pro wrestling, I don't think so.
I don't even think so in pro sports. Like if Luka did the same thing, Luka got somebody tossed, it would not be the same as like what LeBron gets as far as backlash. Nowhere close. I was trying to find somebody else that kind of fit the bill a little more, because I have to tell people all the time, Luka Doncic is not a U.S. born non-melanated citizen. That guy is from another place, and that other place has another culture. So I would suggest that you don't play with him as though he was born here. He's just getting paid here.
Yeah. Yes.
Him, Jokic, and a couple of other people that fall under that category, they may look like they were born here. They were not. They play by a different set of rules, and those rules are a lot more aligned with the February style of life.
Okay.
This has been my TED Talk.
Yes, indeed.
I be wanting to help people before they fall off the deep end, thinking, you know, things are one way and it's not.
The irony.
That dude's Slovenian. It's different.
The irony of this segue is that we're going to prevent people from falling off the deep end. If you catch that reference, if you don't, you might want to Google it. That's how the founder of or the creator of the segue met his untimely demise. On a segue.
That's a fucking bar right there. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's out of my playbook bar wise. Like, that's some shit. Like, you gotta Google it, but once you Google it, you like, damn.
Ooh, that's a Jeezy ad lib reply. Ooh,
yeah. Those are the kind
that's scrappy. Yes. That's scrappy right there. Damn. Ooh,
yeah, that's right. That's right out of my composition notebook. Those type of bars, the ones that either you got to be really smart or you just got to Google one thing and then it makes all the sense in the world.
Right. So, off of the save yourself also on the AEW Dynamite, the returning standardized, and I throw that in quotation marks, AEW or TNT champion Cody Rhodes. Cody, Homelander 2.0. Cody,
we might not need to put 2.0 on him, because like seems like 2.0 is fucking up right now. You put 2.0 on anything, and it's complete ass.
Maybe we need to call him 2.0 then, because night
there's already a team there called 2.0, and that's the best 2.0 I've seen in a long time.
And even they fucking up.
Ooh-wee.
Oh man. So Cody comes to the ring and borderlines, as you say, on babble.
Okay, Cody came. This is what I took from the promo, because to me it was all over the fucking place. It was like, one, I'm trying to pump up the talent that's here in AEW. I'm also trying to continuously not turn heel, which I don't fucking understand. Then I'm going to talk about, at the very end, setting up a title match with Sammy Guevara, but then I'm also talking about how great it is to have CM Punk back. It's like you're mixing EVP Cody with in-ring talent Cody, and it's not meshing together well in any way. It sounds like you're babbling.
I really hate the fact that he's, I don't want to say the word, pandering to the crowd by telling them why he won't turn heel and using that exact verbiage.
Fucking stop that. Like, okay, the whole thing, he big up CM Punk, then basically turned around.
But how long did it take him to big up CM Punk?
Too fucking long.
Because people thought he was waxing poetic on himself.
I'm thinking you finna try to set up an angle with him.
Well,
That's what I was
smart,
hoping.
Smart
like,
wrestling.
okay,
Smart wrestling says you don't hotshot an angle while a wrestler is in another angle, unless you're going to get rid of one of the angles.
But this is fucking AEW where those rules don't apply.
Well, again, smart wrestling. They know where their money lies. They know that there's more money in MJF versus CM Punk than there is in CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. They know this. The only person that doesn't know this is Cody.
I mean, here's the thing.
Here,
crank this shit up early.
Here's the thing.
When is Revolution? So that'll help me make a better point.
I believe it's in March. Which, sidebar,
okay,
how are you having a beach break in fucking Cleveland, Ohio in January?
Don't ask me, because
Who's smoking the crack in AEW? Or is it February? Either way, it's a month that does not resonate with summertime weather in the Midwest.
Audience of one. we have shit. We have shit scheduled, and we have to go where we can maneuver with as little mandate as possible.
March 6th is Revolution. Go ahead though.
Okay, March 6th. There's no way they're stretching this MJF CM Punk thing out to March. Just not. That would be smart. So, don't give away what you can sell. But I don't see them being able to keep this up for another 2.5 or a month and a half. I don't see it. Now, it could absolutely happen because we're at the end of January, so you'd have to stretch it out through a short month of February and then just get to March, so it's possible, but I don't know creatively what else you can do between then and now, well, now and then, to get it on pay-per-view. But they set up double fucking angles and multiple beef all the time, so that's not some shit I'm worried about. And if Cody was gonna set up a match with CM Punk, I don't know if I'm here for it, but fuck it, let's do it. I don't know. I feel like that's a clash of styles, but at the same time, it could be very good.
Styles make fights.
Why would you say that?
This is true. So Cody's bigging up CM Punk, but then also goes to say, fuck your forbidden door. I am the forbidden door. I started this shit, which is true.
Which is nowhere near cap. If anybody thinks that's cap, go back and do your Googles. Cody wrote a list
of people he wanted to wrestle,
and damn near crossed everybody off that list within a matter of months.
Yeah, so he appeared everywhere. He was in Impact. He was in New Japan. He was at fuck around championship wrestling. Wherever he could get the match at. Northeast
Championship Wrestling was back then was the GCW. For that time frame, in terms of the talent they could pull in and the randomness of the shows that they were doing. So it's not a knock on anybody, but if you got a dream match outside of WWE or Impact back then, which was what 2016, 17 maybe, was around that time. It was
you said what are we putting the date on right now?
When Cody left E.
16 is WrestleMania 32. He's in the ladder match, so probably at some point.
It was. I think it was April he got released of 16. So by I believe so.
Okay, so what SummerSlam was it? This Stephen Amell was his tag partner. Was that 16 or was that? Fuck it. I'm just gonna
do the Googles, man. They use a smartphone. Was it SummerSlam? That was is it 2018? No. Yeah, it was 2018. No, it's 2015. 2015.
Yeah. Okay, so he probably was gone in 16.
So we'll say like summer 2016. If you had actually for almost 2 years, if you had a dream match that didn't involve a major, it was at Northeast Championship Wrestling. Something that you made.
It wasn't April. It was May. He requested.
But after 32.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, May of 2016, he requested his release and it was granted.
So go back and look at Google, YouTube, what any Cody's resume of matches from May of 2016 up to around, I say, All Out or All In.
Hell, Mike Bennett was on that list back when he was outside and killing shit.
Mike Bennett was on Cody's to-do list. Let that resonate for a second.
Right, so that tells you, like, his list was the who's who of who's fucking around in 2016 that wasn't in WWE.
Wasn't Kurt Angle on that list and he got Kurt like that summer?
I think, because Rey Mysterio was on that list too, I want to say.
And he
fuck it. We're not gonna keep doing this. Cody Rhodes list of opponents.
Also,
damn,
I got it right here. Also,
screenshot.
Bola was on that list, and whether people want to believe it or not, Bola got more international recognition for people outside of the wrestling industry, like fans, because of this list.
There are 2 rules to remember if you want to have a
Young Bucks, the streamers thing. I guess he wanted to go to ROH, is what that was, which he did that.
Roddy Strong was on here.
Dalton Castle, he got Dalton Castle, he got Angle, he got Bola, he got Chris Hero. Mike Bennett's on there, he's listed as a Miracle. Moose is on there. I don't think they crossed paths, but they did work in the same company at the same time. Pat Buck, which amazing that he got that before Pat Buck went to the E. Young Bucks, that I don't understand. I understand why it's on the list, but you know, you part of the same faction, and then you end up wanting to still have them on the list.
Well, they weren't a faction at the time he made this list.
Ah, got you.
So part of the list ended up being he wanted to actually, you know, get into a situation with them, which he touched on that. Like, there's so much he put in this promo, and it was just all over the fucking.
It was all over the place, yeah. And it all boiled down to a ladder match. And is it going to be a Revolution or is it going to be at the beach break?
I figured it was going to be a beach break. It
should be because it's a TV title,
right? So there's your answer on that.
So it's going to be Cody and Sammy Guevara in a ladder match for the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So for the unified TNT Championship,
they're just doing 1994 again.
They're trying to do 1994.
I'm just like, you know, fuck it. Why? Well, I get it. You did it to get a ladder match out of it, but I'm like, Cody was off TV for fucking 2 weeks. Like he was off TV for 2 weeks for COVID protocol.
Not even 2 months. 2 weeks. You had a Saturday show where you had a TV title match or a TNT title match booked that you couldn't fulfill because your champion was in medical protocol. So you replaced the champion with his brother, puts on a hell of a match, and then you get an interim champion, whereas you could have just had a number one contender.
Which, if you're giving me the pencil in that situation, I'm looking at it like, fuck it, I put Dustin all over so you can get Cody versus Dustin too, and that's how you turn Cody heel. Because he ends up in the end cheating and fucking his brother over. Now we got action.
And he can spend the rest of his career at AEW if he wants to, talking about not being heel. Another thing that came up was the fact that he said that in the mail he got a contract, and it wasn't the contract that he thought he was going to get, which was tongue-in-cheek reference to the fact that Cody is currently allegedly working without a deal at AEW.
Currently, allegedly. I love the fact that you put that on there.
Come on now.
Like, yeah, currently, allegedly. Like, he still has, you know, his job responsibilities as EVP. So it's not like he's not getting paid. It's not like he's not getting paid. He's getting money. Yes, he's getting paid. He's working dates. He's just basically, you know, flying without a net as a talent. It's like fucking Triple H.
Exactly. It's not like Triple H, because Triple H paid himself as a talent.
I'm just saying, but like his talent contract has lapsed before.
It has, yes, but he also didn't perform.
Right, but then he'll have like one match on like some whatever, and then eventually just re-up his talent contract,
like $3 million for 2 years, some ignorant shit.
So, yeah, something modest, but something I can take home and really I can live my life with this. Ain't no big deal, just some shoe money. But yeah, Cody's basically in that role at this point where he's got his front office stuff that he's still doing, and he just he doesn't have a talent contract, allegedly. Yes, allegedly doesn't have a talent contract. I don't even know how you make something like that happen. However, whatever. He kind of speaks on the fact that like he wants to kind of reconcile his relationship with the other EVPs, because that's been something that's it's like one of those, it's a secret hiding in plain sight that they don't really fuck with each other, and it's been, people talk about it but not to the point that maybe they would talk about it. Okay, they don't talk about the EVP situation in AEW the way they talk about Nick Khan and his situation in WWE. Like, everybody knows Nick Khan's pulling the strings now. Mm-hmm. And he knows basically they're wiping the hard drive of everything Triple H oriented.
Everything.
So, but the EVP situation in AEW doesn't really get that same type of coverage. The Elite is on one side, Cody and his situation's on the other. They don't really fuck with each other like once upon a time. He made some references to that about wanting to reconcile. Now, that could be some real life want to reconcile, or that could be planting seeds for like the super duper Elite. Because I can tell you now, by the end of the year, the Elite's not going to look like what it looks like now. Cole is going to end up breaking off and with the Paragon.
Paragon's definitely going to be a thing. And then I don't know how long that's going to last, because Kyle O'Reilly, he that might end up being just his name, the Paragon Kyle O'Reilly. Or his faction. Nothing. The only thing is guaranteed is that nothing is guaranteed.
But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I can sort of think about it from Kanos's point, and then I think about it just by what makes natural sense. Feels like at some point the Elite is not gonna be what you thought it was. Like, Kenny Omega is probably gonna end up with a face turn at some point. He won't be in the Elite. The Young Bucks will still be heel-ish. You fuck around and get Adam Page back in line with them because of what happened at what was that, All Out? When he won the title?
For who? Which title? Oh no, that was December. Was it December is falling, or the snow is coming, or whatever it is?
No. When he beat Kenny Omega for the title.
Oh, when he beat Omega. Oh, that was yeah. I was that All Out?
That's what I thought, but shit, the start.
Wait. Hold on, back up. When who?
No, All Out is Punk's debut, so it's the one after that.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm making sure you were talking about Paige, right?
Yeah.
What? I got confused for a second. No, it was
it's the one after that.
Yeah, whatever the pay-per-view after. We got to get these names, these pay-per-views.
We really got to learn their pay-per-view calendar.
It was the pay-per-view after All Out, which is Revolution. No, Full Gear.
Full Gear. There you go. So. Yeah, because they had the end of the tournament with those two, Full Gear, last year. So, because of the ending of Full Gear, I expect that to be addressed at some point. I expect that to be the first thing that's addressed once Kenny Omega returns. Because, long-term storytelling, with my air quotes way up in the air. There's just going to be a lot of shifting going on. And hell, from what I'm hearing about potentially Roddy Strong wanting out, you're going to get the Undisputed Era. And once you get those four back together, it's time to start pushing buttons. It's time to start stepping on landmines and see what happens. But just, I feel like Cody's going to be back in that mix at some point. Especially if they reconcile their relationship in real life. But there are different seeds planted all throughout this babbling promo.
Yeah.
He is Again, he's huge, all over the fucking place.
One huge seed, only because of this whole Mickie James thing, is the fact that he said that it wasn't the contract that he hoped for. Is he on enough of good terms with Stanford that he could possibly be one of the first 2 competitors in the men's Royal Rumble this year?
Look, I am of the belief that it doesn't have to be 1, 2, or 30 like we talked about last week. A Forbidden Door moment is a Forbidden Door moment is a Forbidden Door moment.
Holy shit, even if you boo.
At 17, at 4, at 28, whatever the fuck. Cody has just as much of a chance to be the Forbidden Door surprise as anybody else. And here's the other thing. It's not like we're just, overrun with superstars. There could be several Forbidden Door entries. WWE needs a shot in the fucking arm. Let's just be perfectly honest about it. We are on the verge of fuck this place.
I want a full on. I know Jerry Lawler probably won't be on commentary for it, and I kind of hope he is, because he can have a heart attack with this one.
So this is where we going. Well, fuck it.
Remember all the negative energy he had for ECW. Yeah, he can bring that for everybody that walks in from through the Forbidden Door. Cody, he doesn't even go here. Moose.
Nah, tell you what actually would be cool, because somebody can actually cash in on that shit. Because Lawler still wrestles, but he ain't finna do no major angle with a payoff. Like, WWE will not sign off on that shit, because basically he almost died on TV. Well, he did. He
died on TV. Yeah, he coded.
He died on TV. Dead ass. Pause. Well, no pause, but no pun intended.
God damn it, Swab.
You gotta do that with somebody who can actually do something with it if you decide to. So I feel like that's a great place for Corey Graves, who's just been cleared for in-ring competition. So if Corey decides to go, ape shit on some people, shoot a couple of strays,
who now looks like Dexter Lumis had a child with EC3, but go ahead.
He does this shit quarterly. How he'll switch his look up. Next time you see him, he'll have fucking red hair and a chin strap fucking beard. Just roll with it.
That doesn't make you marketable for toys unless you're putting out toys every quarter. But go ahead. Here's my question. Let me stop the music for this.
How many Corey Graves action figures are we fucking making?
Ask Mattel. Look. Okay, so
I got one face scan, fam. That's all I need.
Here's a scenario for you. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Run it. Look, some of that shit gonna get shaved down. Just.
Do you hear this?
Not at first.
So you think so? Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back. So you think it's gonna be more like this?
Not exactly that either.
Oh.
I think you're going to get that crowd in St. Louis. If you hear that song come on, it's going to be like, you're going to hear the pop first, and then it'll come down, and then as you see him, you'll get a holy shit chant. For real. Like, I kind of feel that way about almost all of the potential big time entries from the Forbidden Door. Like, we told you what was going to happen with Jericho. Either they're going to get to sing the song or they're going to boo him out of the fucking building.
Because he had, after last night, he has no business in AEW right now. Other than another gratuitous heel turn.
He's got to go back heel. Like, the fucking, it's, the bloom is off the rose. The pandering has gotten to unreal levels. Everyone can see what he's doing. Even the not so smart fans understand what's going on.
Here's what's crazy. It's actually a racial angle. It's Latinx versus the Gringos. So you're gonna have Chris Jericho and Jake Hager on one side, where you're gonna have PNP, what's my man King shit, Eddie Kingston,
yeah,
and Sammy Guevara on another side. And Sammy's really off for doing his own thing, trying to hold the TNT title in up high and proud.
This is exactly why the Inner Circle should have lost football field fuckery.
No, because then the reason why that didn't happen is because you validate Pinnacle, which is absolutely no more, because they're referring to Pinnacle in the past tense.
Man, look, none of these fucking factions are working together on a regular basis. Like, other than the fucking best friends, like, you see them together all the time, but you've got a million factions and you don't see them together all the time. Like, you only see certain members of the Dark Order. It just...
Yeah, when's the last time we saw all 10 members of the Dark Order was in Albany?
The Inner Circle should have been forced to disband. Fuck it. Now, whatever happened with the Pinnacle after that, that has more to do with the booking, and that is on the audience of one. So if he decided not to go forward with Pinnacle as a force, which feels stupid to me, but fine, that's just the way it happened. But we haven't seen an official breakup. Wardlow's still walking around. Sean Spears is still around. FTR was getting rented out by MJF. So I
don't understand how anybody thinks that we can actually walk this dog of Wardlow still being with MJF for another 6 weeks. Because we're gonna get MJF versus CM Punk at Revolution. I'd be willing to bet a toe on it. And I can't see Wardlow sticking around that long to turn face.
Well, I've already said that's entirely too long to try to stretch this out to finally get this match. But what I will say is, if you end up stretching it to March 8th, and that match happens at Revolution,
March 6th.
March 6th. That is when Wardlow turns, period. Because Wardlow will cost MJF that match.
Indeed. I know we're done with Norlando, and I did call it Norlando.
What?
Norlando. Yeah. As in no. Nothing against the city of Orlando, more so than NXT.
I'm super done. Oh, well, that's going to lead into Gunther. That's what I want to know. How are they going to pronounce this shit? Like, the Americanized Gunther? Or are they going Gunther? They're going to try to do the same thing with Walter, just with Gunther, because they own the IP.
Well, interesting that you should mention that. You tell me, which do you think? Walter? I'm sorry. No longer that shit, huh?
Won't be that.
Gunther or Gunther?
I don't fucking care.
It's Gunther.
Big deal.
Gunther Stark.
Big Whoop want to fight about it? No, they dropped the Stark.
They dropped the Stark because...
And we know why. Let the pencil pushers know why.
Gunther Stark was a Nazi World War II U-boat commander. So... in all of the infinite wisdom that is Stanford and its Supermax, in a time of hypersensitivity to racial insensitivity, you're a publicly traded company who looks to be on the verge of a sale, negotiating with Disney, and your bright idea, Bruce Pritchard, because you're the guy in charge, it's all on your shoulders, partner. Right. Regardless of who in creative services came up with the idea, that shit came to light because of your punk ass. You're the guy. You thought it was a good idea to name this. Now, what is Walter's country of origin? Austria. No, not his government name. Austria. He's Austrian. So you decide to name this Austrian giant who has spent the better part of the last, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years under the WWE umbrella, putting together classics as Walter. Your entire fan base, your entire piece of the market share knows him as Walter. As more recently, as a candidate, quite possibly the owner are co-owner of the 2021 Match of the Year.
Then there's that.
As Walter.
But again, this is a Trips University guy. So he's so physically imposing and intimidating, you can't just cast him away like you did with members of the Undisputed Era and people, of a smaller physical stature. You can't just, he's what, 6'8"?
Walter? Nah, he's not. He's a big guy, but he's not that much. Let me see in height. Let me take a look here. Let's see here. Walter Hahn. He is 6'4".
Well, they've done a really good job of making him look like he's even bigger than 6'4".
When you put people in the ring that's below 6 feet tall, that's what happens.
Well, I mean,
when you shoot up with a camera, that's what happens.
Well, the production team is undefeated. The front office, not so much. So, you have decided to rename this 6'4" Austrian giant who has put together classic matches. Of course, he's a Trips University alumni, so that works against him. But you know what you have. So he's too big for you to cut loose. You just can't. Like, if you cut him loose, oh my God, like, I feel like he'd go on a world tour of Forbidden Door stops.
He could go on Forbidden Door stops, but his home would be in Japan.
Bruh, do you understand? Like, do you understand him hitting people in Japan? With all of his might like he does now? Well, no, I think he pulls back some. But, like, you imagine him, like, fighting Tomohiro Ishii?
Oh, I would love to see it.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? But you decided to name this guy after a who? Because I want to be specific about what happened. What they changed his name to. That guy, Gunther Stark, was who?
A German Nazi U-boat commander.
Not a shrimp boat captain.
Not a cruise ship captain.
Not a booze cruise captain.
Not Captain Planet.
Not Captain America.
Not Captain Save 'em Ho.
Not Captain Crunch.
Oh man.
Not Captain Antonil. Not El Capitan.
Not Captain Marvel.
Bruh.
Man, so
not Captain of the Varsity Squad.
Not even captain of the Glee Club. Listen,
none of that. But you done fucked this man off. And now that everybody knows what the name was supposed to be, there's no way we're ever going to disassociate Gunther with Gunther Stark. Because now we know. You could have just left well enough alone and worked out some sort of a lease with the name and the IP. But you had to fuck it up like you do everything else. And then somebody didn't do their due diligence, which I told you earlier in the week and when we first heard about this. This makes me think that ACH wasn't fucking far off when he said what he said.
Listen,
now, how he went about it, that's up for debate. Cause
Same with Leo. Like how, even though Leo is on a different boat now. Oh God, I said that.
Yeah. There's your Come on with it.
Oh man,
we outside. We on this boat, jet skis and all. It's a motherfucking Rockefeller video shoot.
It'll never sound the same again. Although Leo's on a different island, the sentiment remained the same for what seemingly was the wrong reasons. Which we're trying to get him to get more in depth with this conversation, because it's a conversation that needs to be had from people that actually like. When we have a platform like this, and people aren't familiar from a larger scale, on a broader scale, more by and large, people feel a little bit more freedom to people who feel more at home to them. You come to the Broken Pencil Booking Company, Pros and Podcasts and radio show infused with hip hop, and please believe we're going to get the answers out of you that you want to hear from the people you want to hear them from. We just got to get them on the show. And
Facts.
We've reached out to Leo, and he's reached back out to us. And again, no promises. As soon as it's going to happen,
Look at you exposing the business.
I mean, shit. We can't keep calling this man out and using him as examples and not say that we haven't gotten the ball in motion.
I mean, everybody ain't got to know that though.
Okay,
I totally understand what you're doing, but I'm being a jerk.
Yeah. So I mean, because I would never expose the greatness that is the blackest thing you never heard in your life coming up. I would never expose that.
I feel like you're breaking kayfabe right now. We always say kayfabe the HJ.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, this is a situation where, like, was Leo wrong when he was with the E? Is he wrong right now? Do we owe ACH an apology? Because at first we did.
Yes.
And we do.
Well, more so you, but yeah.
All right, then I will be humble. I will be steadfast, and I will never take back what I said, but I will apologize for the things I've said that were derogatory towards the wrestler known as ACH.
But at the same time,
Albert Hardy, you are offered my most sincere and humble apology for the things I've said about you and your alleged agenda while you had your time down in Orlando.
Now at the same time, it's, in all fairness to all parties involved, this did happen under the NXT of Triple H's watch. Creative Services had to have developed this, and it went through many channels and many people before it got to final approval. Whoever hit both
the T-shirt and the name we're referring to here.
Yeah, Jordan Miles. So for anybody that hit go on the final approval is probably as guilty or as responsible as the person who designed it and thought it was okay. So with the way that ACH went about it, people may not like it. It's an early version of Antonio Brown. The way he handled it and said, like, okay, fuck it. We just gonna blow shit up and this how we gonna handle it.
Yeah, he parked the bus on top of the situation and hit the gas while in park.
So when this happened, I felt like you had more of an issue of how he did it as opposed to why he did it. I was like, fuck it, I see what you're doing. If it's true, it's true. If not, you probably done jumped overboard. So ain't no going back. Can't put the bullet back in the gun. Man. So here we are. But now seeing what we've seen with like continued examples of either racial insensitivity or just flat out, what's the word I'm looking for? Negligence on their part. There's always something that's like, who the fuck are you to do this? Like who's doing the thinking? Because I know who's doing all the decision making, but who's doing the thinking? Meaning that you're making decisions without thinking about them. Who's doing the fucking thinking? That's what I want to know. So now we here.
we outside with Gunther.
Out fucking side.
Oh, and WWE has abandoned the trademark claim for Gunther Stark, by the way.
You think? I want to know who came up with the name.
Who okayed it? Period. Like, to TV. Like, you
Did you think you were going to be able to sneak some shit through the cracks? Like, Google exists. Everybody has access to look up this name and figure it out. Because, okay, think about it like this. Maybe some jackass in creative services thought they were going to sneak this through the cracks. And either they could change the spelling or move a letter here, and it was going to make it to TV. So, tell me what happens when, let's say, a casual fan, because, fuck them, but still, a casual fan catches NXT 2.0, sees Gunther Stark, and then wants to Google him to find out more about him. Come to find out, the first thing that comes up, because it's more historically relevant, is the U-boat captain. Oh shit. Now what? Fucking morons.
Yeah, this was next level dumb shit. We've seen plenty of dumb, and like through all this, this is a point at the point in time where we just lose words because of this nonsense.
You're fucking killing me, Bruce. You're killing me. You're killing me,
of
Smalls.
all of the, and I guess you don't see this one as big enough, but of all the fuck ups that have happened over the years, like you couldn't dial this one back before it got to market.
You done fired 200 people in the last 2 years. You out here naming.
You can create a whole new company with the people
based
that
off the
you
releases.
fired.
And like a whole new company for real, with a training, with a school, with a training program, with bookers, with agents. Like you really could start a new company for real, and not just talent.
And an executive hierarchy with the same talent. Yeah, and you want to, this is the shit you want to bring to market. We were just talking about WWE 2K missing a year, and then you finally come back and have inklings of or rumblings of an actual release for 2K22. But
March 11th.
But this the shit you want to bring to market the same week of the rumblings?
Like everybody has to be really stupid. Like, good God.
Like as if NXT 2.0 wasn't having enough problems with people watching the damn product. I don't give a shit what people are saying. Typically, and I'm not just saying, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing like that. So it's purely coincidental.
Toot.
As the ratings happen, so my watching habits. So if the ratings are up, chances are I watched. If the ratings are down, chances are I didn't watch. Probably for the same reason that people do or don't watch either other shit on TV or more important things to do in life, because your product is fucked up.
I've officially bailed. Well, I had officially bailed on NXT like soon thereafter the change. I gave it a couple episodes and then I said, this ain't me, fuck it.
I'm high on Braun Breaker. I'm just not.
I am too. But
I'm not as high on Braun Breaker as Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are, because I don't think they deserve to be the ones in control of his career.
Well, that's a moot point at this point, because he's not going to be cut anytime soon unless somebody's literally asleep at the wheel.
They literally built the new 2.0 around him.
Exactly.
When you have people like L.A. Knight, whose name I thought was dumb, but he's made Eli Drake and L.A. Knight work from the jump, both of them, and he's the only person.
Be thankful he hasn't been cut. Next
to the person who y'all basically crucified, who will still be skyrocketed on Tuesday, which is Gunther.
I'm not calling him Gunther.
Let that be the last time I do that. Stop me anytime.
Young Goon. Goon Squad.
Goon Squad.
Yeah, you gonna rename Imperium? The Goon Squad.
The Goon Squad.
I mean, it would be funny, but you know it ain't happening.
Yeah. At any rate,
Bruce, what the fuck, man?
Do better with yourself, man.
Like, bruh. That's a tough one. You basically reset the clock on him, because as Walter, him being in the Royal Rumble this year would have been some shit to see. Now as Gunther, aka Gunther Stark, it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Why should I care? He's got the same name as a fucking Swedish cartoon character. Well, then again, I guess that's what they want him to be, is a Swedish good. Well, fuck it. Okay. Well, now I feel like I did too much. Jackass. You can't keep shit. We can't have no nice things fucking with you bums. Like, look, if you don't understand the current climate of the audience that you have, is 2022, and you just can't relate to millennials and people in that age demographic, because those are the people you're really shooting at. Because fuck what you talking about aiming at kids, because kids have no money. They can clamor and beg and jump up and down till their face fucking turns blue, until a person in control decides that they're gonna spend money. Ain't shit getting spent.
Let me say this, and let me say this. I'm gonna end mine. when you let something like that come to market, after all of the chains of command that have to go to, even if the chain of command is an army of one, right? That to me shows you have no care for your fellow man, because
if the 200 firings didn't do it.
I'm gonna tell you one person who, if you ran this through, he probably would have laughed and walked out. Paul Heyman. And I'm not going to tell you why. Do your Googles. If this had got to Paul Heyman, this would have never made it to TV. I guarantee to you.
We're past the point of allowing Paul Heyman to be in control. Like, you see what he was doing
for
with
personal
Monday Night
reasons,
Raw.
not even for professional reasons.
No, it's personal and professional.
No, but I'm saying specifically, if that had gotten to Paul Heyman for personal reasons, it would never have made it to TV.
See, Heyman wouldn't have fucked with his name. Like, in the whole time that you saw Heyman in control of Monday Night Raw, while he was trying to build new stars, did you see him fuck with anybody's name? Did anybody get a name change during that time? Andrade was Andrade. Fucking Angel Garza was Angel Garza.
People just lost their. They when they went to Raw or SmackDown, they just lost a piece or half of their name.
Yeah, they were just shortening them. Like, Matt Riddle just became Riddle. Walter already had one name.
He got drafted on here. I believe that was what, episode 13? 15. Yeah, he was drafted by you as Walter, the ringing around.
Cause I knew better. I just fucking knew better. Like, this is money. And I hadn't even really seen a whole bunch of content on him at that time. Then come to find out, oh shit, this motherfucker's like a throwback, but he's beating the piss out of people like it's real. Like, this is something to believe in. Oh, but no. We got to tamper with this shit. It came out the box ready.
How you gonna uncook some shit?
Bruh.
All right, look.
Bruh. No, but we'll move on off of that, and we segued in the 2022 2K. So people were pissed off about 19. 20 was what it was, which people were still like, there was some shit they didn't care for. So they skipped 21 with the whole pandemic situation and just everything that's been going on. So now they're back with 2022. Apparently, according to them, redesigned game engine, the most realistic characters ever. I guess they've added back some different modes. And as we had, kind of seen and heard through different news outlets or whatever, they were going to a NBA 2K style VC type setup, which is, it's just following the metaverse, because that's essentially what it is. The metaverse is fucking NBA 2K, where you have to buy everything you get. So now, release date of March 11th, you have the base version, which Rey Mysterio's the cover art,
which ironically looks like a blacked out or a nighttime version of NXT 2.0 colors, all of them.
Now, in this situation, yeah, those colors, while marketing to kids, makes perfect sense. Fine, cool, I'll let you have this one. But then there's the Deluxe Pack, which, for people who typically buy games, is going to mean there's the $60, $70 version, and then the $100 version, or $119. Then there's a NWO for Life version of the release,
which would be probably for us.
Right, and then with that version, it's supposed to come with, the entire NWO, like Hogan, Hall, Nash, Six, and Bischoff. And then there's a pre-order bonus. If you pre-order the game, then you get 3 additional versions of The Undertaker.
Oh, and also 2 arenas.
Yeah, so
2 more arenas.
Which is all stuff I would assume you're going to have to buy if you don't get one of these versions. How much that's going to cost, have no idea. I'm not terribly interested in having to spend additional money if I've already bought the game itself. But that's the world we live in now.
Yes.
So that would be something that would make me buy one of the Deluxe Pack versions, just so I have to bypass that. Same thing with Mortal Kombat.
Of course.
So, just that's where we are with the video game. I mean, I'll get it. I might get it to see what it's like, or I'll try to play it somewhere before I have to actually purchase it.
Yeah, there needs to have been a lot of R&D done between 20 and 22 to make this one a success, because this could possibly be the last video game we see from WWE for quite some time if that's not the case. And they're making money hand over fist on these apps, because, you know, anytime you do these trading card apps, you know, kids actually think they're actually doing moves, so they got to get money from the parents. Parents don't give a shit. Most of it's getting billed to their cell phone accounts anyway if they're on Android phones, and there you go. So I mean, 2K and WWE are having a nice revenue split, because I'm sure the same thing is happening with the NBA and 2K.
I mean, yeah, it's super cute, you know, as far as
it's cute as fuck.
Yeah, like more cute shit that we didn't ask for, but you know, I mean, we'll see, because
that's exactly why I said it that way too.
You realize how many creative wrestlers they've had to delete?
Oh man!
Like the fucking the game designers at 2K have to be like, man, fuck you! Don't call me with no more of this shit.
Y'all bullshitting.
I just finished it. I just finished his skin. Now I gotta delete this shit. You know how intricate these fucking tattoos are? Speaking of which, there's a commercial that has it's a dude, Dan the Tat Man. So apparently there's an on-staff tattoo artist now
for the E.
The way I look at that commercial, that is exactly how I took it,
bro.
And that is a conversation that we had on this show.
Hold on, man.
Matter of fact, let me find this shit.
They so outside, dog. They so outside listening to us. Y'all be listening to us at loud levels at midnight in the neighborhood, don't you? You motherfuckers.
All right, peep. I just tagged you in it.
Bro,
Tim the Tat Man.
I'm almost scared to look at this shit.
I mean, it's nothing. It's a decent commercial. It's like, you know, you just don't really give a fuck about WWE right now. It's like, fuck everything they do, because they don't do right by you.
So,
because I'm on fuck you time.
The reason why this is not an issue, with the reason why I'm up in arms about this, is because the whole reason, if this is true and you have an in-house tap man, the whole reason we're talking about this now is lawsuits like Randy Orton's, whereas he's not getting paid, or the tattoo artist who did Randy Orton's art isn't getting residual revenue from Randy Orton's art appearing on his arm.
Which we argued the point that once Randy Orton paid for said art, the transaction is done and he's not necessarily due any residual. It gets real dicey. It's almost like if you bought a beat from a dude's website and you bought exclusive rights.
I was just about to say, Suave, tell me an art that you do that you would be offended if somebody else used.
Hi, have we met?
So,
you ever played Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started. Yeah, all of that. So, okay, check this out. Really fucked up scenario. I doubt we ever cross this bridge, but because I think this way. So, check it out. Say there's an on-staff tattoo artist for WWE. So, let's say Tim the Tat Man is like he's signed to do talent, body art. Let's say he does a sleeve for wrestler A. Because he is signed to WWE, WWE owns the usage and the likeness and the IP of said art. So what happens when wrestler A has his contract expire or is, cut for air quotes up high, budget cuts, and then WWE decides to say, hey, that body art you have, that sleeve, that belongs to us. So you're going to need to cover that before you appear on anyone else's television.
Oh man,
I'm just saying. I'm just asking because they're that petty. They're absolutely that petty. I just don't think until they listen to this, nobody over there is thinking that. Like all your body art we own because it was done either at a discounted rate or basically for free by our resident tat man. Just saying, I'm just putting it out there. You know, potentially we could cross that bridge, but I don't think we will. But it's something to think about.
Man.
I'm just saying.
That gets so dicey. Ain't even the word.
Just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be careful who you let tattoo your body.
At any
As
rate.
if that wasn't a conversation before, but like really be careful. Like check the credentials.
Well, while Tattoo is on some edgy shit, let's get back to the fun of all this. Pro wrestling talk for real. More edgy shit with tattoos involved here. Game Changer Wrestling has another pay-per-view this weekend. Why does this matter? Well, I'm going to tell you why this matters. I'm going to read you the card. You tell me what you think.
All right.
In the pre-show, you got a 6-way scramble match with Jake Cartwheel versus Dante Leon versus Ninja Mac versus Nick Wayne versus Grim Reaper versus Alex Zane.
That looks like one of those where you're going to find one or two talents you really like and then another one or two you feel like shouldn't be wrestling.
This is literally how we found Fuego.
Dead ass.
A match like this.
Dead ass. That is how we found Fuego del Sol. Exactly like this. So I'm not far off base with saying what that's going to be. It's going to be like this guy and this guy should go sit in the fucking crowd, and then this guy should be getting paid way more than he does, and then this other guy, he's going to be really good in about a year and a half.
Glad we're on the same page. Let's keep it moving. First match on the card shows to be Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, with Chelsea Green in his corner, versus the bad boy Joey Janela.
First of all, you need to recognize him as the last ever ECW World Television Champion. I don't, but y'all have fun with it.
That's the same thing as acknowledging Ezekiel Jackson as the last ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, you should. Well, what you do is you put the WW in front of it, so it's
WWECW. There you go.
That's how you make the distinction.
Yes,
he's
sir.
the last WWECW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, sir. Jeff Jarrett versus Effie.
Seems a little odd, but fuck it. Okay.
Why not? We're doing everything else in 2022. Why not?
I'm hoping there are like video packages to explain how we got to some of these matches, but wishful thinking.
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. Ruby Soho versus Ali Catch.
Okay. So Kanos is lending out talent for this?
Oh, this gets so much better that you say that. Team Bandito. This is a tag team match. Team Bandito, which is Bandito, ASF, and Laredo Kid versus Team Gringo, which is Arez, Demonic Flamita, and Gringo Loco.
Okay.
Just a lucha tag team tornado style match. I'm sure this is all we're going to get. Great filler is what this is. Now we get into the meat of the card. All right. Them boys, the Briscoes, Mark and Jay,
Gangland,
for the GCW World Tag Team Championships are taking on
Mystery Team.
The team to be announced.
I'll bet you all the money in my checking account.
While you're at it, go ahead.
I'll bet you all the money in my checking account. Now, notice I didn't say savings. My checking account, that FTR versus the Briscoes will not happen in GCW.
Wow.
There's no way Kanos would allow that.
You know what?
How the fuck would Kanos allow that to happen? Like, okay, Jon Moxley was supposed to be at a GCW event and end up not being there because no way in hell would the first time you see him post rehab be anywhere else other than AEW programming.
Keep talking.
Like,
keep
like
talking.
Get real. Like,
keep
the
talking.
Forbidden Door is cool and all, but like, I mean, get fucking serious.
All right, so here
Revolution is when you probably gonna end up getting Briscoes versus FTR.
I agree with you there, but I will say this: you're not going to build a Briscoes versus TBA match and not have FTR there. They're going to be there. It's going to be a fight.
Yes, they'll work the angle.
There's going to be a fight.
Yeah, they're gonna get. Briscoe's gonna get jumped again.
But you're not gonna have. Give me a team you don't care for.
Young Bucks.
You're not gonna have the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks when the Briscoes are already mad that FTR is not going to be there, whether it's storyline or real. You're not gonna. You don't want that because you're gonna get a hurt buck. You're gonna get a buck without antlers by the time it's all over with.
I mean, okay, so shout out to Impact. Apparently 2 more Bullet Club members are about to pull up. So Impact is pulled off what nobody's been able to pull off.
Okay, all right. So Impact
get the fucking Bullet Club on TV.
Impact got the Bullet Club on TV
in America.
Those 2 members
with shirts.
Those 2 members that Suave is talking about are 2 guys we've been talking about getting in America for a long time.
They kin the Haku.
The Gorillas of Destiny. Haku's sons.
Oos Gang.
and one of them was formerly known as a Mexican with a lowrider in WWE land.
That's fucking crazy.
Also known as Micah in Impact.
Bruh, like you really had almost all the members of the Oos Gang under contract and you fucked that up. You turned a member of the Samoan dynasty into a low-riding Mexican. more egregious violations of racial sensitivity.
With a better a WWE eyes better version of Sin Cara, who was no longer to be known as Sin Cara, who ended up becoming again Sin Cara.
Like motherfucker did that shit like Supermax wasn't out here getting to the money. Like just bring him in. Like if you want a low ride Mexican, go get one. Call Conan. I know he got 6 of them on deck. Why are we doing this? Why? Like the track record of this bullshit goes like really deep. And every time you bring up something else or somebody else, you get an opportunity to further feel the pain. Feel the pain, feel the burn, feel the power.
We're still talking about this tag team match. We still got 3 more matches to talk about.
all I'm saying is that TBA could be Gorillas of Destiny,
which would be great.
I would be here for that.
That's how you save the crowd for this match. Otherwise,
because it looks like their spending budget is at least up to snuff to get stars. So fuck it, what's happening?
So Impact has also managed to pick up an ROH faction while bringing in the Bullet Club. So things are turning around, it seems to be, for Impact.
I'm happy for Impact.
Yeah, I am too. Let's hope that their product gets more watchable as the weeks go on. You're in a grab the brass ring ladder match. You ready for this?
The Sonic Ring Invitational.
Jordan Oliver. There's a name you were waiting to hear from. Versus PCO versus Leo Rush, which I'm here for. Jordan Oliver versus Leo Rush. That should be fun. They had matches together in MLW. Versus
how much you want to bet Leo recreates the spot that got him in all that hot water with Jim Cornette?
You're going to take a Tiger Driver 98 off the top of a ladder through a table and pop right the fuck up. Bitch, I'm invincible.
We need to get that Jim Cornette clip. We need to get Jim Cornette on here. Alex Colon versus Tony Deppen versus Jimmy Lloyd. So those are your 6 in the Grab the Brass Ring ladder match. For the Ring of Honor World Championship, I got some Ring of Honor news for you too coming up.
Gresh gang.
Jonathan Gresham, your champion, versus Blake Christian. And then for your championship match, your GCW World Champion, Jon Moxley, versus Homicide. That's your card. Tickets for this event are ranging from $145 to $285.
It's not horrible. And this is Hammerstein Ballroom. So
Hammerstein Ballroom on January the 23rd. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I said, yeah, of our lord.
Yeah, my lord.
20 and 22.
Shout out to Corey Graves.
Take a wild guess how much this is costing on Fight.
A dub.
Half that.
$10.
We in there.
Shit you say.
Sunday.
It's content overload weekend. Shit
Sunday, 6 p.m. I ain't got shit to do but come home.
You probably gonna catch me in between football games, so either I'm gonna watch it in lieu of the Sunday night game, or I'm gonna watch it right after.
Is there a Sunday night game this week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's still too many teams to cram it all into one Sunday, so you're gonna get two. I think it's 2 games.
This is divisional Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Super Wild Card Sunday. So
you got one. Yeah, you got 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. So you get a 3:30 games on Saturday, and then a 7:15 game, and then Sunday you will get a 2:00 game. Oh, so there is no Sunday night game. You get a 5:30 game.
There you go. Okay, so that game should be over with as the main card is getting underway.
Right. So I mean, even if you have to start streaming a little late, don't even worry about it.
Listen.
So there is no Sunday night game. Okay, we cool.
While we speaking football, we've touched on it briefly throughout the season. We are Blue Star Gang official.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we knew this shit was gonna happen. While y'all out here giving all this negative energy about the Cowboys.
Y'all still. I don't know which Cowboy.
Go ahead, Swab. Just get into your shit. Talk about that 31-piece hard fry with slaw that the Eagles got served up.
So Tom Terrific did what Tom Terrific does.
Be terrific.
And yeah, be terrific. So the Eagles, thanks for playing. I'm not necessarily sure what type of Cowboy fans some people are interacting with, because it's one of those things where it's like you always hear people say, I don't hate the team, I hate the fans. Or fans every year say, this is our year for the Super Bowl. Motherfucker, every team says that. Every team, when they start training camp, has one goal. And they have one belief in that one goal. 32 teams are going to compete for it. Why not us? Can't help it if, the roster is what it is, or whatever media pundits you subscribe to rank us wherever they are. Can't really, I can't save you. You're too far gone. But, good sons of bitches responsible for the offensive game planning of everything that goes on in Dallas.
The coach, those coordinators won't even be around next year. They'll get head coaching jobs or better paying positions than other teams, but they won't be in Dallas next year.
Oh my God, take Kellen Moore, please. Get him the fuck out of here. Because what I'm totally offended by is in an NFL playoff game at home, you, with 2 running backs, run the ball a combined 16 times.
Zeke had 12 touches. Tony Pollard had 4. What in the entire fuck are you doing? Dakota Rain Prescott. I'm back to 10 Tebow status with him. And for those who don't know, because we don't really discuss football on the show, I have a love-hate, more hate than love most of the time with him. And that's really because I've had a lot of people try to either force or convince me that he's better than what I see with my own eyes. Like, nah, bitch, that ain't how that works. He's a 4th round draft pick for a reason. He has greatly improved over the course of his career. However, once you take that leap into franchise quarterback money, you expect elite, top tier franchise quarterback play at all times. I ain't been getting that. I didn't get it was it Sunday or Saturday? I didn't get it last Saturday. It's several points during the season where we were playing above average teams and I didn't get it. And I spoke on it. And I kept saying, if shit don't change or he don't sit down, if he's hurt, sit his ass down somewhere. Otherwise, he's fully healthy and he's doing some shit that don't add up when we're playing, teams that are above 500 or not in our division.
We're the fans that you want to be around to have intelligent conversation. Because not only will we express our disdain for our beloved team with respect, we got smoke for your whack ass too.
Yeah, you can't just come through this bitch slandering shit. Because then I'm gonna ask you, okay, who's your team? And then I'm gonna dissect your motherfucking ass. Like, unless even if you're a Steelers fan, like you have a coach that has 15 years of service put in, never had a losing season, but how many Super Bowls to go with it? And that has a whole lot to do with who was quarterbacking the team. You're giving it too much. How about this? Don't even come to me asking me about my team telling me about my team. No,
when I come to you when the Cowboys play your team and you don't have the energy because you about to get hauled out. I'm talking to you, Washington fans.
You start making excuses as to why you getting your ass kicked.
No, they won't even do that. Because
I have people making excuses as to why they got their ass kicked.
Those types that you're talking about are who are confusing us for those types of Cowboys fans, and we're not those people. We got you.
Michael McCarthy, I've seen enough. Like, I'm good. I'm good on him.
Shouts out to Scott Knox, and glad he's doing well. Diehard Packers fan. I said, how do you feel about the move with McCarthy coming here? First thing he told me, beginning of last season, well, not the season that we're in, but the season before, McCarthy's first season. That's the worst coaching decision that y'all can make. That's a bad decision.
I had one of my homies, matter of fact, the quarterback of my flag football team when I'm actively playing. He let me know ahead of time. He's like, Zeke ain't gonna get no touches. Tony Pollard might get some because of the type of back he is, but because he can't pass protect, it's not gonna work out totally. But I already knew that part. And then he's like, he's gonna let you down. He's going to fuck up somewhere, something. And that's exactly what happened. A collective brain fart that lasted 3 hours. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you really got out here and embarrassed me in front of Jesus and my mama.
Man.
And everybody.
Man.
You fucking embarrassed me. Like, I'll be honest with you. With the fans that are like us, because me, I watch football. Regardless of the sticker on the helmet, I watch football. So I can tell you if my team was trash that day and why. But, bruh, the levee broke on the optimism. So all the regular season, all that shit, all those records that got broke, all that cap with these stats during the regular season, Even the 12-5 record. Going forward, fans like us don't give a fuck. We're not going to celebrate any of your regular season achievements because we don't give a fuck about that. We need jewelry. We need hardware. Gerald Wayne ain't going to be here forever. and Gerald Wayne deserves at least one more championship before he goes on to glory.
Does he though? Does he?
I mean, who else deserve it? In a room full of deviants. I'm just gonna go with the one I know best.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna be somebody, let it be the deviant that we know the most.
Like, yeah, you gonna say fucking New England? Like Robert Kraft has his transgressions. You gonna say?
Oh, does he ever?
You gonna say the the Washington football team? We know their fucking owner and how cross-eyed that shit gets. Or are you gonna say Indianapolis and fucking Jim Irsay? Google him. Google Jim Irsay and the shit he's done.
I think I'll pass, brother.
Josh Gordon has spent a whole lot of time suspended for a lot less than what Jim Irsay has done.
This is actual factuals.
So pick me an owner that you actually think in real life deserves it more than Gerald Wayne. I can't even call him Mr. Jones until we do some spring cleaning. We gotta get some new people up out of here. I want Mike gone. I want Kellen gone. I really want to call Houston and see what they want to do for Watson. But that's me. Because, you know, it's that 16-year-old heartbreak vibe that makes you dog chicks through college. There's that type of disappointment.
There was I believe one of the ladies that's in question sent Watson's girlfriend a letter talking about what he allegedly did to her and how he made her feel. I'm no attorney, but tampering? Yeesh.
Look, Jerry is the guy that is long suffering with people. Well, people have to realize this is year 6 with Dakota Rain, and this is gonna be year 3. I don't expect him to get fired. Year 3 with McCarthy. 2020 is a wash because everybody was fucked up. 2021 is a vast improvement in the regular season, but you basically cut your manhood off in the playoffs. So Jerry likes to be long suffering. Steven got some other shit going on in his head. At some point, we just gotta let Will McClay be the motherfucking GM and let him do him with full autonomy. But Jerry's the guy who doesn't fire anybody. He's long suffering. I need Gerald Wayne. Because Gerald Wayne is the motherfucker that will slide through the Star in Frisco and leave everybody unemployed until he get his way. That's the guy I need to show up. Gerald Wayne is the guy who coined the phrase, there are 5 things that I have to remember in business. Number 1 is ask for the money up front. And I forgot the other 4. I need that guy operating. I'm done. I'm off.
That's enough football talk.
Waiting for the draft.
We got some quick hits here. There's a Bailey sighting.
Gang.
Now
your winner of the 2022 Royal Rumble.
Bailey.
Yeah, straight up. That's my pick. Well, I guess we just gonna fuck over the whole episode.
Yeah, bro. You don't come to a Cowboys game that's on Fox with Sheamus and take a picture with Sheamus to do a media blitz for the Royal Rumble and SmackDown, and you ain't been seen in a ring in 10 months. Yeah, we know you coming out in the last 5. 26 through 30. Which one Bailey gonna be? That's gonna be the office pool. Also cleared to return to the ring, Asuka, as we predicted.
Gang.
Also coming out 26 through 30. Saving the energy in the crowd for the end of the Royal Rumble.
I don't understand how they allowed that news to become public that Asuka had been medically cleared. What? Who?
Why?
Why?
Like you're not coming up on the end of a quarter. You've already had your investors meeting and conference. Like, come on, man.
There's no reason to bring that up. I'm certain they're not asking about talent injury status on those calls. Unless it's like fucking Roman Reigns. Yeah, let Roman break his leg. I'm sure they'll ask about it on one of those calls. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Keep that.
Hey, how's Gunther's health? Shit. What these motherfucking reports look like? What is this profit margin hitting on?
Smell me.
You feel me? Like, tell me about my money. Don't tell me about the motherfuckers working for it.
Josh Alexander had a match this past Saturday in Atlanta for Terminus.
Cross country MVP
versus Jonathan Gresham. And Josh Alexander, well, for those of you not in the South, we had a nasty bit of weather that come across the South in the form of a winter storm. It actually crisscrossed the entire country and delayed flights going east, and also delayed flights and canceled flights coming from the east. When Josh figured out that his flight was either delayed or canceled, he hopped in the fucking whip from Dallas and drove all the way to Atlanta in 14 hours and made his match. That, sir,
with the shit or you not,
is an Apollo legend.
If there ever was one. Yeah, you mean?
Stories have made this rounds about K-Dog having to have an emergency heart surgery as it relates to complications from COVID-19, but is on the mend. Get well soon, K-Dog.
Absolutely. Shake back, K-Dog.
Conan, for those of you who don't know.
Oh, you strawberries.
You want to touch my shirt? Okay, feel.
Go ahead, feel.
That's enough. Yeah. What is this article about young Austin Theory in comparisons to who is he comparing him to?
I don't know who's being compared to, but I know from what we're reading out here in these internet streets regarding professional wrestling that Austin Theory is going to have a bit of a rocket strapped to himself.
I'm thinking Drew McIntyre, less the drama.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, yeah, because you got to remember, Drew McIntyre was involved with someone who was working with the E at the time where Vince McMahon made it public that he was the guy. The irony about this is, do you know where that happened at?
Mm-mm.
It was a SmackDown taping in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Why is that significant, or why is it ironic or coincidental, whichever the case may be? This past Monday, we saw Austin Theory come to the ring with full music, with the full walk with the camera down the aisle. And as he gets to the ring, he hops into the ring with someone who had already been in the ring for at least the entire commercial break with no music.
Already in the ring.
In Finn Balor. Hence the title for today's show, Finish Him.
Finish him.
Apparently, the brass in the office have been scaling down or scaling completely back on Finn Balor and have put stock way up in Austin Theory. Why did I bring up Tulsa, Oklahoma? Because this match also happened in the same building. Well, I'm sorry, it wasn't the same building because this actually might have been the same, but it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is this where superstars get made by Vince?
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what goes on over there.
I don't think anybody knows or cares.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. It's like it used to be you don't know, but you still kind of cared, and now it's like we don't know and we really don't give a fuck. We have somewhere else to get our shit if necessary. If need be, I know I can get what I'm looking for elsewhere. And that's the part that I don't think they're ready to really accept.
that people are totally okay not fucking with you. Being the worldwide leader don't count for shit anymore. You have a huge chunk of the market share, but the content ain't it.
The worldwide leader in fan fuckery.
You're literally like dumping multiples of hundreds of people during a pandemic. Like you're robbing them of job security, which makes you look like a total fucktard regardless of how you're going about it or even why. It makes you look like shit. And then you continue these inept, inexplicable creative moves. You're alienating people that are actually under your umbrella. Yeah, keep going. ASAP Finn on his way out. But we knew that. Like when he made that statement that ended up going to press that said, I don't need WWE and they don't need me. However true and honest that statement was, once he said that, you knew the clock was ticking. Then if you needed further evidence that called back up to SmackDown just to be fed to Roman Reigns, and then to end the streak of the demon, we just tying up these loose ends before we stop fucking with you.
And speaking of,
make sure you can't go get no money with this anywhere else.
Speaking of not fucking with, Ali has requested his release from WWE, and Ali has been denied.
That is crazy.
So what happens now? Do we consider it? Do we continue to see the backslide down the card? Do we see them get value for what they have left on his contract?
Well, the crazy part of all of it is the fact that dude asked for a day off or a show off for paternity leave. He ain't been on TV since. So somebody took offense to the fact that he decided to go home. I'm like, bitch, I just had a child.
But you release what's my girl Toni Storm for actually
no. She said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going home."
Oh, so they didn't really. Well, they have released her. So
still, but
so what's stopping Ali from doing the same thing?
Ali checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Like, and he's the type that if you let him go, he gonna turn something over, and it may not even be wrestling, because that's the other thing. He was campaigning to be a part of the Blade movie. So it's one thing to be a WWE talent and get that role, and then I don't even know how that works. So like, is he gonna have to share part of the payday, part of the revenue that he gets, or how does that work?
He wasn't with me when you were shooting in the gym.
That part, like, but because I'm signed to you, and you know you're basically collecting all of the revenue from everything I do anyway, whether it be online streaming or Cameo or whatever the fuck. How does that work if I get a movie role, like a major motion picture? I don't know how that works. We'll find some people to ask, because we know people to ask.
Truth be told, if I were them, I would not ask for anything in return for that, simply because, A, like you said, like I said, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. But B, all of the free advertising you get for the media blitz. Sure, it's going to be time away from the ring, but you're getting paid public appearances without even spending any money on travel. Like that's a win for you.
That's us being reasonable. We have seen and been shown that the bottom line is the bottom line.
This is true.
It's about revenue and where we can get it, regardless of how much or how petty it seems. So if I'm taking your Cameo money, and I'm taking your Twitch money, and I'm taking whatever other endorsement money, there's nothing to say that if we let you off work to film this movie, we're not gonna want a percentage of what you make.
This is so shameful. We'll have
Andrew Yang gotta fucking hurry up.
Man, we need to run down to San Antonio and go see Tony. Tony too, but Teddy Long and get some of these questions answered because
Theo.
peanut head there. I love that, man.
Disrespectful.
You know, if you open up your wrestling Bibles, turn to the book of Roman. Your tribal chief.
Have you acknowledged him today?
I just did. I have acknowledged my tribal chief, and this is the latest gem he's dropped.
If I was looking for a superstar, a megastar, I wouldn't have chose you from Raw. Hell, you wouldn't even been the one I would have chose from your own household. If I wanted to main event the Royal Rumble with a megastar, I would have chose your wife. To be honest, if I was looking for a
Talking to Seth freaking Rollins.
Oops.
I'm sorry, talking down to Seth freaking Rollins, and that is your lump of coal. We might need to call that the I don't know, the chief stake, the king's dominion. I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah. For now, it's still a lump of coal because I mean it didn't get any better than the Adam Cole's promo, the South and lump of coal era. But that one stuck. Even going back to earlier in the promo where Roman Reigns was teased by Seth freaking Rollins to put his fist in to make the Shield moment one more time without Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. To which Roman replied, "That's beneath me now."
I mean,
where's the lie? Roman was a tag team champion with Seth Rollins in the Shield. Ambrose was the U.S. champion. Nobody was a singles champion while with the Shield besides Mox or Ambrose in the original incarnation. The whole time, Roman was a tag champ. They could have easily had 3 belts, individual belts, but nah, that's not what they did. Oh well. We get what we get and we don't throw fits. And on that note, is there anything else that we've missed under this whole bevy of news that we had uncovered for this week's episode?
Let's see. That's done. Oh, like I told you, Bobby didn't get no get back.
Oh yeah. That's the one. That was the one thing we left off. So one thing we were hoping for is some creativeness, some creativity when it came to the Bobby Lashley Brock Lesnar feud. All we're getting out of this is next week on Monday Night Raw. We're not getting a contract signing because contract signings always end up in some bullshit. We're getting a weigh-in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, MVP and Bobby ain't getting no get back. So, like I said, don't give a fuck about no weigh-in,
man. And then
I mean, it's better than a contract signing, but it's one of those borrowed ideas from AEW, kind of, sort of like we going back to Jericho versus Moxley.
Game Changer Wrestling pay-per-view is coming Sunday on Fight. We'll be checking it out and talking about it next week. We got a show for you next week, y'all. Just get ready for it.
Oh boy.
Just get ready for it. It's good. We gonna get active and get your predictions ready. Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. That's mark my words with the shit, because we stay with the shit. Broken Pencil Logic, you can't write this. Fuck the casual fan, and price just went up. Those are your hashtags. If I didn't know them by this point, then I don't need to have my position here at this show. Suave, take us to the house.
Pencil pushers, heads up, pencils down.
That's at Broken Pencil BC on Who What
Everything.
Everything.
Everything.